Hello everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Strategy. In this episode, we will be tackling the second chapter of the second dream, which is somewhat significantly harder and a little bit more slick. And starting off in this chapter, we will be seeing a quote from Edgar Allan Poe from one of his random books. And as you can see, you start off on a slick surface. What you basically want to do is keep jumping, and if you feel like you're going to start sliding off, you want to strike down. And that way you'll basically lose most momentum. You'll still be sliding, but you'll basically be still. Now right here, I'm going to show a little trick which allows you to skip a decent part of the game, but you can only use your air jump once, and you have to use the camera to look around. That's the key, so you know which way you're supposed to go. Now quickly up here, I'm going to show another little skip you can do, which is pretty simple, straightforward. You make sure you have a checkpoint here first, then you simply dash forward and jump as soon as you can. And from there you can pretty much do whatever you like in order to get a checkpoint. It's okay if you get down or get damaged. As long as you kill these enemies right and collect your little blood pellets, you'll be able to save and get a checkpoint up here, so you won't have to do all that again. Now in this part, you'll start to see how annoying the little squiddy things can get, as they can literally block you from moving, but as long as you remain off of the same level of plane as they are, they will not really attack you. And you also want to make sure you stay out of their directional path as well when you're dodging through the spikes, otherwise they'll juggle you around pretty nastily. Now here's a place that you're designed to take a checkpoint. That little platform right there is basically meant for you. You can kill these guys however many you want, and you do that there, and as soon as you jump off this cliff, you'll dash downward, that way you'll land safely land there. However, you cannot make a checkpoint there because of the saw blades. And this little area is basically a little killing floor that gives you a range of ways to kill enemies. Now right here, to avoid getting hit by the spikes on the walls and sides, you basically want to dash down as soon as you slide off that little platform above. That way you'll instantly jump down and hit the ground there. However, for this part, what you do not want to do is you don't want to get yourself mixed up between those monsters. But as you can see, if you're not careful, you can hit those spikes just by hitting the top of them. So you do want to make sure you dodge that. And there are friendly, easy ways to get checkpoint here. All you gotta do is like take the enemies and die to the saw blade or spikes, and you get a decent amount of points. Right here shows a great example of air juggling. Basically, when you hit an enemy, you kick them in the air and you can slice them in the air. But sometimes if you hit them on the spike walls on the surface, they'll bounce back out of the way and you won't be able to juggle them anymore. However, for this part, since the spikes are so close to the top, you just have to hold and kick them up and they'll die. A little quicker than stabbing them, actually. And right here, you are supposed to take a checkpoint there because this is basically the hardest part of the level. As you can see right there, there are saw blades moving around, so you have to time your jump carefully so you don't jump into them, because if you hit the saw blades, they can bounce you in pretty much whatever direction they well please. So you want to make sure that you're always going to avoid them when you land. Ground pounding also helps if you need to land quicker. It helps you time your jumps better and avoids getting hit by the saw blades a little more effectively. When dealing with the squiddy things, it's best to just kite them around and try to make sure that they'll hit the saw blades when they either dash it into you or try to follow you, because most of the time when they follow you, they'll just like float around any obstacle without real much knowledge. And right here, as you can see, you have an opportunity to make a checkpoint, but even though I have one heart, I'm not going to do it because this part's actually pretty easy to dodge, and normally you don't want to have a checkpoint when there's this squiddy thing around because they can dash at you while you have a checkpoint. Now, at the end of this level, it introduces a new character that I haven't seen yet, which is the knife imps. They're basically these tiny imps with large swords, and they can pretty much ground attack you anytime they want. And you can't kill them normally, because sometimes when you try to kill them they just block too easily. But most of the time when they dash land like that, you'll be able to kill them more effectively because, you know, they're nice and stuck in the ground. But for the most part, for this part, anyway, you just want to kick them out of the way. They're not really that effective with their job, because it actually takes a little bit while for them to wind up. And that's pretty much the level, and this level was just about as long as the last one. Again, the prologue is probably one of the hardest ones out of the first four, but I'd say that's basically the third level of the whole game. I'd say there's about 6 or so more, 7, and they are going to get progressively harder. The next one should be pretty difficult out of the mess, considering you won't be standing most of the time. But we'll save that for the next episode. With that all done, I will see you all next time.